Hey there, SoilSage family. If you've ever planted modern hybrid corn and felt a little disappointed, maybe by its heavy feeding demands, weak pest resistance, or the way it seems to just give up when the soil isn't perfect, then you're going to love what we're diving into today. There's an ancient grain, once overshadowed by commercial corn, that is making a powerful comeback. It grows faster, resists pests naturally, and can thrive in conditions where modern corn simply fails. Gardeners, meet Teosinte, the forgotten ancestor of corn, and a potential food security hero. Modern agriculture may have replaced it, but Teosinte didn't disappear. It adapted, survived, and waited. And now, in an age where soil health, biodiversity, and resilience matter more than ever, this ancient plant is stepping back into the spotlight. Let's explore why this supercorn might just be what our gardens and our future need. Before corn became the chunky golden ears we picture today, it started as a humble grass in Central America known as Teosinte. Farmers thousands of years ago selectively bred it into what we now know as maize, but in that transformation, something vital was lost. Teosinte wasn't just wild, it was tough. It didn't rely on fertilizers, it didn't collapse after a pest invasion, it didn't demand perfect soil tilth to grow. Instead, it coexisted with the environment, thriving with minimal human intervention. Meanwhile, modern corn has become a high-maintenance crop, demanding heavy nitrogen feeding, precise spacing, and vigilant pest control just to reach harvest. And this is where Teosinte becomes more than just an ancient footnote. It becomes, well, a survival manual in plant form. Imagine a corn-like plant that, grows vigorously in poor soil, fights off pests and diseases without sprays, adapts to drought and harsh conditions, and even contributes to soil restoration instead of depleting it. That's Teosinte. Where modern corn roots are shallow and honestly a bit greedy, Teosinte sends down deeper, more exploratory roots. These roots help improve soil structure and encourage microbial activity, something every soil-conscious gardener can really appreciate. Growing Teosinte isn't just about harvesting grain, it's about working with a plant that collaborates with the land. Experienced gardeners understand this deeply. Any plant that improves soil instead of depleting it is a long-term ally. So, let's get into what makes Teosinte so valuable to us as soil builders. This plant, well, it has a robust root system that breaks compacted layers, allowing air and water to circulate in the soil, exactly what struggling garden beds need. While modern corn leaves behind shallow residue that dries quickly, Teosinte drops more organic matter, returning life to the soil surface and feeding earthworms and beneficial fungi. Quite fascinating, isn't it? If you've ever struggled with tired garden beds where crops seem to do worse with each passing year, Teosinte could be a secret recovery crop to rotate in. It acts almost like a cover crop and food crop in one, something modern hybrid corn simply can't replicate. Intriguing, right? One of the biggest frustrations corn growers face is the armyworm corn borer and aphid invasions that can wipe out a crop seemingly overnight. Teosinte evolved in the wild without chemical protection. Its stems are tougher, its leaves produce natural repellent compounds, and its growth pattern is less attractive to pests that love the uniform sweetness of hybrid corn. Plant Teosinte near your garden beds, and you'll notice something fascinating. Pests will often attack it last, choosing softer modern corn first, and even when attacked, Teosinte bounces back stronger. Where corn sulks and stalls after damage, Teosinte rallies, sending out new shoots like it has something to prove. Growing Teosinte isn't complicated. In fact, it's easier than growing regular corn. Here's a gardener's guide based on real growing experience. Start like corn, expect better, sow seeds once your soil has warmed, just as you would with corn. Spacing can be a bit tighter, because Teosinte doesn't bulk up as aggressively. Forget the fertilizer anxiety. Teosinte thrives even in unimproved soil. If you've got compost, great, but don't stress over feeding schedules. This plant knows how to forage for its own nutrients. Water to establish, then step back. Give it regular water until rooted, then let it handle mild droughts like the wild survivor it is. Enjoy the multi-stem growth. Unlike corn, which produces a single stalk, Teosinte often sends up multiple canes, giving you more biomass, more seed heads, and more soil-building material. Now let's talk about yield. Does Teosinte produce ears like corn? Yes and no. Its seed heads are smaller, and the grains are encased in tougher husks. But here's the trick. Those grains are incredibly nutrient-dense, and in permaculture settings, they're treasured as both human and livestock feed. For gardeners who keep chickens, rabbits, or even goats, Teosinte can become a dual-purpose crop, nourishing animals while feeding the soil. If you're not aiming to eat it yourself, it serves as excellent green chop for building compost or mulch. Imagine harvesting your own self-regenerating biomass instead of buying straw or wood chips every season. With weather patterns shifting and heat waves becoming more common, many gardeners are looking for crops that don't panic when conditions turn extreme. Teosinte doesn't just tolerate heat, it thrives in it. Its leaves curl tightly to conserve moisture and reopen when conditions improve. Where modern corn wilts and begs for rescue, Teosinte stands firm like an old warrior that's seen it all. Gardeners focusing on drought resilience, low input systems, and permaculture-style growing will find Teosinte a dream companion. It teaches us a valuable lesson. Not all progress in agriculture is an improvement. Sometimes going back to the roots is the real way forward. The future of gardening is about resilience, soil stewardship, and independence. Growing Teosinte is an act of reclaiming control. It means you're not just planting a crop, you're planting insurance, both for your garden and your soil's future. While hybrid corn continues to demand more and give less unless conditions are perfect, Teosinte thrives on imperfection. And here on SoilSage Chronicles, we celebrate plants that give back more than they take. Teosinte belongs in that circle of legendary garden allies, right alongside comfrey, daikon radish, and crimson clover. If you're passionate about soil life, crop resilience, and sustainable gardening, Teosinte isn't just an interesting experiment, it's a powerful tool. Consider dedicating a corner of your garden to this wild ancestor and watch how it changes your perspective on what a productive plant really looks like. It may not give you supermarket-perfect cobs, but it will give you something far more valuable, a living system that cooperates with your soil instead of fighting against it. If you found this inspiring and want more forgotten crops, soil wisdom, and regenerative growing secrets, don't forget to subscribe to SoilSage Chronicles and share this with a fellow gardener who needs to hear it. Let's bring ancient resilience back into modern gardens, together.